Welcome to GOS Media. I'm Amber Renee. A young, hard-working man wanted to treat himself to a nice meal and decided to visit the town's finest steakhouse. Looking over the menu, he discovered he didn't know the difference between a sirloin, tenderloin, or top loin. The best he could do was scan the room looking for something that appeared yummy and hopefully fit his pocketbook. While looking around, his eye caught an older woman looking at him with a small, shy smile. Her expression seemed a bit odd, yet his eyes spied a large steak in front of her with several sides and all the amenities you could imagine. When the waitress returned, she explained it was the house specialty. However, it was also the most expensive item, costing $150 per person. The young man swallowed hard and decided to splurge. Diving into the meal and savoring every flavor, he again noticed the older woman staring at him. He paid no attention and continued to enjoy the meal. He was lost in the moment when the older woman walked up and asked if she could have a seat and share something important. Now, the man's mama taught him to respect his elders, so he had no choice but to offer her a seat. The woman sat and began sharing just how amazed she was that he looked like her only son. She also told him that her son died in a car wreck about a year ago. The young man was obviously taken aback by such a statement. Worse, he felt bad for thinking she was creepy for staring. The man offered his condolences but had no idea what to do. "I'm so sorry to hear that, ma'am. But I don't know how I can help," he whispered. The lady dabbed her eyes and explained that her greatest regret was she never had a chance to say goodbye to her boy. She said it would mean so incredibly much if when she was leaving, she could turn back to him and say goodbye, as if he were her own son. The man knew there was no way he could turn down this grieving mom and told her absolutely. In fact, he planned a surprise for her. He watched as the elderly woman handed her check to the cashier. The woman made her way to the exit, and as planned, she turned and gave a wave saying, "I'm glad we had this time together, son. I love you, and I'll see you soon." With a hearty wave and blowing a kiss, he replied, "You're the best mom ever. I love you too." At this, she paused, wiped her eyes, and walked out the door. He didn't know if it was the quality of the food or that he helped a grieving mom, but that was the best food he ever ate. Happy with what he had accomplished, he was smiling broadly when he walked to the cashier, knowing he was going to leave a big tip. The lady behind the counter rung him up and said, "That'll be $300, please." "What?" he exclaimed. "The waitress told me it was a bit expensive, but she said it would only be $150 for the entire meal." "That's correct," the cashier answered, "but your mom said you were going to pay for hers." Beware of wolves in sheep's clothing. The young man's mama always told him. Today, he learned just how difficult that could be. To help you be on the lookout for nefarious wolves, today's grain of sugar gives you some clues to look for. A wolf can look like a sheep, smell like a sheep, and sound like a sheep, but a wolf will always leave wolf prints. Okay, folks, we're listening. The colony wants to know a time when you thought you were helping a sheep only to need a rabies shot from a wolf bite. Let us know how it turned out in the comments. On behalf of GOS Media, thanks for stopping by. If you enjoy our videos, then please like, subscribe, and share with others. If you want to support our work, then become a colony member by joining us on Patreon, or pick up some merch from our website. Links are pinned below. Once again, thanks for tuning in to Grains of Sugar. I've been your host, Amber Renee.